Sue will try to explain in my wonderful tutorial. I'm also gonna use the simple note pattern technique. So in here for the patterns, since I start at the top right corner, I do this. I usually call this a straight slope down. Can be a multi at the last note, but it's your choice. Or if you want to start at the bottom right corner, you can do this. Straight slope up, then up straight. Slope down. Now let's say you don't know how to figure out when or where will the next note be. Let's say the first lyrics is here. And the second lyric here. It's quite simple, haha. You see that circle around the first note? That is your guide of when or where the next note will be. So just select the both notes and hold right. Click and spin, your choice of where the next note will be. Now for the last small tip before we head into the main part. So if the note is at the top and coming from left to right, first of all, this is incorrect. You want to do is make the note path will be down and at 180 degrees. And set the curves to positive like this. Let's have this. Notes is at the top but going right to left. It's the same. Note path will at the bottom with 180 degrees, but the curves will be negative like this. This is called frequency. You can do this by right-click, path note, change frequency, or just by simply pressing the R key on your keyboard. Now let's have the notes at the bottom. Since the notes is at the bottom, the path note stays at the top, and it will be 0 degrees. Since we're going right to left, the curves will be positive like this. Let's have the last one going left to right. So the path note will be at the top, and the curves will be negative like this. I'm going to use my Anima power chart to demonstrate the process of charting, and I'm going to be using the tips I explained earlier. Don't mind the quad note. You can also observe what I'm doing. Also take note, if the song has a long pause like this, you can either still follow or ignore the circle guide. Slope up straight. If it looks bad and it doesn't fit and goes out of the grid, you can do this. You can use the circle guide and slope down. See, it looks nice. Like here I use the circle guide for the next note. Straight slope down. Whoops, my bad, haha. Straight. And that's it, but we're not done yet. Let me explain what angle increment is. This makes your path note curves look better and neat, because having all path notes for each individual notes all go down or up will look terrible. So let's fix that, shall we? Let's go back to the beginning of the chart. So, that looks terrible, haha. You want to do is right-click, Path Tool, Apply Angle Increment, Negative. Let's see how it looks. See, it looks much better and neat, haha. You can also do this on straight pattern notes, but you have to do this differently. Select the last note, then maybe set the angle to 15 degrees. Then select all the straight note pattern and press U on your keyboard or right-click, Path Tool, interpolate angles clockwise. And look at that, looks neat and nice. And hey, you can also do that technique as well. Select the last note and then set the angle to maybe 155 degrees and press U. Oop, this usually doesn't work going left to right, so you want to do this. Position tool, flip targets horizontally local, go to Path Tool again and press U on your keyboard. Then revert it back. Position tool, flip targets horizontally local, and boom. But really for that pattern, like that, and isn't straight pattern, just use the Apply Angle Increment Negative. So for that pattern use, apply Angle Increment Negative back. And for this pattern, it's the same. Apply Angle Increment Negative back. And it looks neat. For that pattern use, apply Angle Increment Positive. And that looks better. For this, you can do the same as for the straight note patterns. And that's it, haha, but let's see what I did if we all combine those tips I explained earlier. Thanks for watching.